Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Godly Concept. Now, I'm absolutely so excited. Every time I get this opportunity to minister, I truly am just grateful, and I'm learning so much about doing this with so much intentionality, and so much love, and with the intention of really reaching the hearts, of the body of Christ. I know it's been quite a minute, hey. When it comes to like life and trying to really get everything together, piece everything together. So I've just been balancing that, but I'm very, very grateful and glad to be back. This winter is crazy. It's really cold, hey. But I'd love to introduce today's topic, and today's topic is requirements for new seasons. Now, as you know, this season is we're basically speaking about healing, but I think because it was quite narrow, and in the sense that we have spoken a lot about healing, I'd like to now give reasons as to why, we now need to heal, because we all want new seasons. We want to step into that new season, where we are just experiencing a lot of fruit and things like that. But in order for there to be a fruit, there must first be a season where you bear fruit, which is not quite fun. That's where we go through those trials and challenges, because the Lord is causing us to bear fruit, and He's plucking out the things that cannot step into new seasons. So we're going to speak about the requirements for new seasons. And one of the key requirements of a new season is healing, okay? Because we need to understand that different levels, we have different access or different grace to be able to access certain things. So you may find that in this new season, maybe God is opening you up maybe to more influence. Some of you, maybe it may be more opportunities in terms of the career field that you're working in. And it's imperative that we understand that healing is an important key, because let's say, for example, you're praying to God for a new job, but you still have anger that you need to deal with, you still have a lack of patience and things like that. Remember that as much as God cares about you, He cares also about the people that He's sending you to, or that He's going to allow you to be around. So it's imperative that if you are representing God, you allow Him to give you His conditions for what you're asking for, being in accordance to His will. So now we're going to look at three things as to requirements of a new season. And number one is first and foremost consecration. Okay, so when you're about to reach a new season, certain times it may be that a lot of things just start going wrong, and there's a lot of pressure and things like that, which will indicate that maybe, this is time for you to transition into a new season, but certain things have to fall off in order for you to step into that new season. Now, God doesn't cause trials and all of those things. He allows them to happen because He has a plan and purpose for how He's going to use those things to benefit you on your journey. So we must understand that God is a very loving Father, and He allows these things because it's the best way for us to be able to grasp the concept of what He wants us to learn, so that we can be able to bear much fruit in the new season, but also make the most of every new season. So it's important to have consecration first and foremost. So when you get to that place where the Lord is calling you to a new season, it starts with consecration. Okay, now you need to understand that's where He gives you the mandate for this new season. To be like, okay, you're transitioning into a new season. This is what I require of you, but I'm going to need to deal with that and that and that, because we need to be able to step into new seasons with a new mindset. Certain things have to fall off. We have to give up certain things, for new seasons, and it all makes sense when you've given up everything and you've stepped in. Like, it will never make sense when you have to, like, okay, there are times where, yes, God will, express that, no, you need to let this go, because where I'm taking you, this is what this is going to be to you, or this is the kind of liability this thing is going to be to you. So now you have to put that down. So it's key and important that you step into a place of consecration, which is one of the requirements, before you step into a new season. Then number two, certain things need to remain. Now, I know we all don't like this, because we are used to a lot of things, be it friendships, communications, things like that. There are a lot of things that maybe we thought that, okay, this the Lord won't require of me. And in certain seasons, the Lord will require these things of us, because new seasons call for a new level of glory. Now, it's not it's not in everybody's life that you're going to give up, friends or things like that, but in general cases, just the general message that yes, in some seasons, there are things that need to stay behind. Maybe, for example, you are taking your journey with the Lord serious, and you're walking toward the Lord, and there are certain friends that are just weighing you down, and you can evidently see that, okay, when you're with these people, you're not growing or anything like that, so those are things that then the Lord will call you to let go of for this new season. And trust, there's so much fruit in new seasons, because every new season has its blessing, because why would God tell you to give up things just to go and go through things, or whatever it is, so not to say the new season is perfect, but it's to say that there are a lot of new opportunities, new perspectives, and new levels even in your relationship with God, where you are able to set aside certain things. So number one, consecration. Number two, certain things need to remain. Number three, surrender. We need to be able to surrender, because a lot of the times when we ask God for new things, then we start trying things in our own strength. Now, there's a difference between walking in faith, in a sense that maybe you're asking God for something, and you then walk in faith to align yourself with what you're asking for, in a sense that maybe you're asking God for a job and you start applying for a job and things like that. Yes, that's walking in faith. But I mean surrender in a sense of we shouldn't allow these things to stress us or overwhelm us or take the place that God now desires to take, in terms of Him being the one working out everything, so we need to surrender everything and start by whatever we're asking God for, we need to surrender it to Him. And when you're transitioning into a new season, you need to give God everything that He's asking you for, because every season has its conditions, okay? Because the level of glory that God transitions us from, where we're going from glory to glory to glory, there is a certain weight that needs to follow for you to step into a new season, okay? And God may highlight a few things. So for everyone, it can be different. Some may be friends, some it may be certain attitudes, some it may be the heart posture, some it may be a lot of different things, but it's important to get to a place where we surrender everything that God is asking for, because He puts you in front of the door and He will ask you, okay, this is this new season that I've prepared for you. Maybe He'll give you glimpses as to what's in there. Maybe sometimes He'll even be quiet, and you need to trust that God has your best interest at heart, So then we need to get to a place where we absolutely just surrender everything. We say, you know what, God, I trust you. Everything that needs to remain, let it remain. Because it is very, very, very imperative. Because if you step into a new season with old weight or with an old mindset, it may be more of a problem to you than it is a solution, So we need to understand that certain levels that God allows us to get to, a lot of things need to remain behind. Now, we looked at three things, which is for our requirements for a new season, which is consecration, things that need to remain, and surrender. And these are three keys that I hope are able to minister to you guys, to just help you understand the concept of a new season and why it's so important and imperative, and why we can't enter with certain things into new seasons, and just getting to a place where we understand that a new season always has a new perspective, always requires a new mindset and a new heart posture. So it's imperative that we surrender and submit to God within regard to these areas of our lives. But I'm really, really grateful to be back, and I hope this episode blesses each and every single one of you. I was honoring the colors of the podcast thing, white and green. But I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I pray that this blesses you. And yes, I will see you in the next episode. I haven't forgot our outro, guys. But I will see you in the next episode. I love you guys. Thank you.